Well, the Democrats' Three Stooges are at it again, this time using grotesque commentary from one of their own to gaslight the critics. Now, there's a three-step process to this strategy. Stay with me. Step one, make an outrageously offensive statement.
CAIR was founded after 9/11 because they recognized that some people did something and that all of us were starting to lose access to our civil liberties.
Forget for a moment that CAIR was founded in 1994, not after 9/11. The casual way she describes the horror of 9/11 is deplorable. But here is where we get to step two, avoiding any responsibility.
People come after minorities for things that they say they might have insinuated.
Well, finally, step three. Have your allies then back you up, wing women, to push back the backlash and then claim it's all because of bigotry.
This is just pure racist act by many of those, hateful acts by those, because she does speak truth.
We are getting to the level where this is an incitement of violence against progressive women of color.
Incitement of violence? I don't even know what she's talking about. Joining me now is Asra Nomani, co-founder of the Muslim Reform Movement, and Qasim Rashid, Virginia State Senate candidate. Asra, let's start with you. Can you find any way to defend what Congresswoman Omar said, and what do you make of the arguments of some of her colleagues?
No, what she said was completely callous and insensitive. And I have to tell you, as a Muslim who has grown up in America, what she said is typical. It's typical of what we hear in our living rooms and in our mosques. The denial and obfuscation of tragedies that are expressed because of an extremist interpretation of Islam. What's happening now is you all are getting to see it in prime time. You're getting to live what we endure every day with denials, a turning of the table, the victim card. We, as Muslim reformers, are on the hit list of the organizations that folks like Rashida, Tlaib, and Ilhan Omar are raising money for. The Council on American Islamic Relations was not founded after 9/11, but its agenda to push a victimization of Muslims did begin after 9/11 because they didn't want to deal with the #1 problem that we face in our Muslim community, the extremism.
Radicalization.
Yeah.
Again, Qasim, she said it was 9/11 as some people who did something. We got a lot of Americans dead. I was here in Washington. I saw the Pentagon in flames.
It was a terrorist attack. I mean, I would just say to my colleague, if she's going to mosques where people are denying terrorism, she's hanging out with extremists, and she shouldn't do that. You know, every mosque I've been to has been clear to condemn terrorism. What Rep. Omar was clearly saying was that when we talk about the civil liberties being taken away, there were people in the U.S. government taking away civil liberties. Your last segment talked about illegally spying on the president. Well, the NYPD spied on American Muslims for 6 years without a warrant. That was the stripping away of our civil liberties.
So
today is a very. I'm sorry, I didn't interrupt you. I didn't interrupt you. I didn't interrupt you. Let me finish. Today's a very important day in my family's life. Today, 22 years ago today, my brother graduated from the U.S. Marine Corps boot camp.
That's awesome.
And he was in the military, in the Marines during 9/11, when 9/11 happened. I remember calling him horrified of what might happen to him. He was very clear with me. He said, "I'm here to serve my country. I'm an American, I'm a Muslim, I'm an immigrant who is here to serve my country."
But you're saying the right things. That doesn't excuse what she said. Like, you're telling a good story. That's great.
I'm telling the accurate story.
And George Bush went to the Islamic Center, did he not, the day after 9/11?
I need to finish my story. But let me finish my story.
We got to be quick.
Well, and the point was that despite the fact that he was in the U.S. Marines, he was still profiled, he was still taken off planes, he was still questioned because of identity. That is what
I don't need to go to a mosque in order to see the kind of denial that we hear. I have it right in front of me.
I have no denial. 9/11 was a terrorist attack.
You said very explicitly that jihad only means a holy struggle.
Where did I say that?
Oh, right here. It does not in any way mean to wage holy war or kill the infidel or commit terrorism.
Right. It permits self-defense. When people are killing Christians, Islam permits
turning your back on me? I'm not sure why he keeps turning
Why are you turning your back on me?
Why are you
trying to talk deep?
Yeah,
we're all together.
I'm here.
Well, Islam permits self-defense when people are trying to kill Christians and try to kill Jews and try to kill people of any faith. Islam says you are allowed to defend churches. In fact, the Quran commands you.
Like Al-Qaeda justified the killing of Americans on 9/11 because
they were terrorists.
Right, because we were.
There was nothing jihad about that. That was terrorism.
I got to play a video.
That was
terrorism.
So you deny jihad as a violent
I've got to play this
expression, and that's
video,
the
guys.
problem.
This
You
is
are
unearthed.
the
You guys
problem.
both have to hear this. This is
Please.
important. Newly unearthed video of Ilhan Omar mocking Americans, forget this, being anxious over Al-Qaeda.
When I was in college, I took a terrorism class. Every time the professor said Al-Qaeda, he sort of like his shoulders went up, and
Yeah, he's in command here.
Al-Qaeda, Hezbollah. You don't say America with an intensity. You don't say England with an intensity. You don't say the army with an intensity.
Because the army didn't try to knock down.
Right.
You can't. I know you're not going to defend.
I don't need to, because she can speak for herself.
Yeah.
My point is this: that if we're going to get anywhere as a country,
right,
we need to have dialogue. We need to work together. We need to recognize that the New York Post taking out a full-page ad accusing Representative Omar.
Here's your something. Put it up on the screen. I love this. I love this cover.
I mean, the sheer fact that she's faced bomb
Here's
threats.
your something. She says she referred to it as some people did something. My friends died in New York. My friends died here.
And here's the problem.
Very personal.
It's very personal.
Here's the problem.
Even today.
She's laughing.
Thank you.
She's not laughing
about Al-Qaeda.
An American Muslim told me her uncle was killed on 9/11, and Trump supporters were mocking her. Why are they mocking her?
Excuse me, do I not exist?
Asra.
Do I not exist right here? Like, are you just doing the same kind of denial of a voice?
I don't need to be a victim. You can talk to me.
Oh, but
we're out of time.
We're happy to have Rashida, Tlaib, and Ilhan Omar be the victim, right? Because they never do anything wrong, and that's exactly the problem.
Well, there's a reason why they won.
There's an inability to own up to the problems within our community.
I want to celebrate the fact that your brother's in the Marine Corps, because I love the Marines. I don't care where you're from. I don't care what your faith is. I love that.
He's
and I'm
a proud
so
Muslim
glad.
and a proud American.
Well, God bless. I'm a proud Christian. You're a proud Muslim as well.
And let's fight it.
But I think the sneering of anything to do with 9/11. You wouldn't do it. She shouldn't do it.
She didn't do it. She sneered against the civil liberties taken away, and I think we agree on that. Nobody should have the civil liberties taken away.
That's not what she said.
We don't
Well,
agree.
if you watch the full 20-minute clip, that's pretty clear.
The full 20-minute clip.
I wouldn't get that
It's
kind
even
of
more
in my
helps no one.
situation.
I think you agree with that.
All right.
It's a lot offensive.
Well, I have a provocative